Did you know that every second, our Earth loses an equivalent of 40 football fields of tropical rainforest due to deforestation? That's a startling fact that serves as a grim reminder of the rapid pace at which climate change is altering our planet. Climate change, while a scientific and environmental issue, has also become a hot-button political topic. Around the globe, we see the politicization of climate change, with policies and actions often dictated by the political climate rather than the actual climate. Political decisions directly impact the strategies and measures taken to combat climate change, making it more than just an environmental concern. It's a matter of national and global importance that demands bipartisan support. Despite the political divide, it's crucial that we unite in the fight against climate change. After all, the Earth does not differentiate between political affiliations. It's our home, and it's in peril. Picture this, a community living in the serene and picturesque Alaskan village of Newtok. This is a place where tradition runs deep, where the Yupik people have relied on the land for centuries. Their lives are intertwined with the rhythm of the seasons and the bounty of the wilderness. But in the past few decades, something has changed. The permafrost that the village is built upon has started to melt due to rising temperatures, causing the land to sink and the nearby Ninglik River to encroach upon their homes. The villagers of Newtok are now facing an existential crisis. They're being forced to abandon their ancestral land and relocate to a new site 9 miles away. This is not just a logistical nightmare, but also a heartbreaking separation from the land they have revered and protected for generations. Climate change isn't a distant threat looming in the future for these people. It's a devastating reality they're living with every day. Their plight is a stark illustration of the human cost of climate change, a cost that is often overlooked in political debates and policy discussions. However, the story of Newtok is not an isolated one. It's a distressing narrative that's being repeated in numerous communities across the globe, from the coastal regions of Bangladesh to the drought-stricken farmlands of sub-Saharan Africa. In this video, we have examined the distressing impacts of climate change on our Earth and those who inhabit it. We've looked into how it's not just a matter of the environment, but a political one as well. The struggles of the Yupik people of Newtok, Alaska, a community at the forefront of climate change, serve as a stark reminder of political inaction and lack of urgency. We've emphasized the urgency of the situation and the demand for immediate political intervention. Climate change is not just a worry for the unborn, but a crisis that is affecting lives at this very moment, unfolding in real time. Let's delve deeper into how climate change has evolved into a politically charged issue. We're going to unravel the controversies and conflicts that are almost always hitched to it, even though science has made its stance clear regarding its causes and effects. Besides, we'll stress on the utmost importance of transcending beyond the realm of politics to confront this urgent global challenge. So, as we move forward, remember this. Climate change is not just changing landscapes, it's changing lives. It's not just about saving the planet, it's about saving ourselves. Together, we can make a difference. Every action counts, every voice matters. Because the Earth does not belong to us, we belong to the Earth.
Now, let us talk about biodiversity loss. What is biodiversity? You might know that biodiversity is a variety of living things that live and work together in Earth. Now, because of the significance of human population growth and unsustainable resource that make biodiversity loss happen, the most significant cause of extinction are habitat loss and overharvesting. The side effect of biodiversity loss also can cause climate change. For example, deforestation can cause soil erosion, flooding, and increase greenhouse gases in the air because of the less trees that can help reducing carbon dioxide gases in the air. Meanwhile, overharvesting is a threat to aquatic species. Humans also try to interconnect nature species. That means they try to eliminate one single species in the life cycle because they think that this species is very dangerous. This can cause the ripple effect which reconfigure the entire ecosystem. This will lead to an unpredictable event that can affect other life. That's why us humans must take a good responsibility to save the earth. We also should increase our awareness about the biodiversity because we depend on each other to live. Either it's small like virus or bacteria or big like a whale, all together and connected. Either it plant, human or animal that live. You might think where in just one planet you must take a good care of it.
Good morning, doctor and friends. I am Ervince David. I will be presenting renewable energy as my main topic of focus. The introduction to renewable energy. It is derived from natural resources replenished at a higher rate than consumed. The purpose of renewable energy is to reduce air pollution and mitigate climate change. Here are the examples of renewable energy. From the left, we have wind energy, middle, solar energy, and to the right, we have hydroelectric power. In the first section, I will be discussing the opportunities regarding renewable energy. First, we have improved air quality and reduced greenhouse gas emissions. So, improved air quality is improved through the reduction of harmful pollutants from fossil fuel combustion and the impact on health. It will reduce chronic and acute diseases, according to the World Health Organization. Next, there will be reduced greenhouse gas emissions because renewable sources generate electricity without fossil fuel combustion. And through international collaboration, the achieving renewable energy targets will be aligned with global climate goals, according to the European Council. The next, challenges. There will, the next section will be challenges. There will be intermittency and reliability issues regarding limited area availability and infrastructure investment. So intermittency and reliability. The issue here is the lack of predictability, which makes matching energy supply with demand challenging. For example, wind turbines shut down at wind speeds exceeding 90 kilometers an hour, according to the National Geographic Education. Next, building infrastructures for renewable energy is specifically requiring a lot of unobstructed areas, and this will in turn damage the habitat of some animals and plants. And in the long term, it will increase the risk of biodiversity loss and pose collision risk for birds and bats. And finally, infrastructure investment. There will be high infrastructural costs because the upfront cost for equipment, land acquisition, and uh, associated infrastructure will be expensive. So there is an estimate of 62 trillion required for wind, solar, and hydropower infrastructure alone. And that is all for my presentation. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Timothy Ong from Group 6, and I'll be presenting about the topic of oceans and fisheries, but in particular more on the issue of overfishing, as it is one of the main contributors to the destruction and deterioration of our oceans and its resources. To fully understand the issue of overfishing, we must first come to terms with the facts, and these are the numbers. 80% of world fish stocks are fully exploited. 1 out of 5 of all fish in the market today are illegally caught. And by 2050, experts are saying that world fisheries would be expected to collapse. And 50 billion is the estimated value raked in by illegal fishing every year. Now, these are alarmingly high numbers and signals to us that drastic action has to be taken immediately to conserve and preserve the oceans and ensure that there are enough fish stocks in the oceans for future generations to come. These are some of the main causes of overfishing, and they include the high demand for fish, domination of high income countries in the fishery industry, such as China, Japan, South Korea, and many more. And third is government given subsidies. So these subsidies actually enable large fishery corporations or vessels to stay out at sea longer, which in turn allows them to fish over the sustainable limits. And fourth is weaknesses in policy, such as UNCLOS. And last but not least is, of course, IUUs, illegal, unregulated, and unreported fishing, where they will usually break the law of the sea and breach the exclusive economic zones of other smaller coastal nations and fish unsustainably. So these are some of the few causes of overfishing. And that is all for my presentation. Although it is an oversimplification of this complex issue, it is hoped that it is enough to spread awareness and gain an insight on this topic. Thank you.
A very good morning to my dear lecturer, Dr. Lai, and my fellow coursemates. I'm Ong Zi Vui from UL03302 Contemporary Political Thought. So today I'm gonna share about my group essay project, which regarding the water and air quality. The Japanese government announced the release of treated radioactive waste from the wrecked Fukushima nuclear power plants into the Pacific Ocean. So after the announcement from the Japanese government, several countries such as China, South Korea, and Hong Kong disagree about the Japanese government action and ban the import of Japanese seafood product due to the reason high radioactive contamination will cause various of environment issue and health issue. And however, the Japanese government responds that the release of radioactive waste has been treated strictly and get approval by UN, United Nations, as well as fulfill the standard of safety who set by IAEA, International Atomic Energy Agency. So, according to a history of releasing nuclear waste into ocean, Japanese government is not the only government involved with it. So, come to the next slide. According to the graph, we can see Soviet Union and United Kingdom and the other countries are also involved in nuclear waste release, and the amount of their release is much more than the amount of Japanese government release. So these countries are less transparent regarding the release of nuclear waste and more dangerous than the toxic waste that released by the Japanese government. So why do I say that? Because of the not transparency by these governments such as China, India, United States, and the other countries are dumping the untreated radioactive waste directly from their nuclear power reactors into the oceans without any approval by the related parties because of untransparency. And due to the untransparency, the government can save their costs in treat, treatment process on the radioactive waste and directly dump into the ocean without any responsibility. So, what is the impact of nuclear waste? Firstly, the release of nuclear waste will compromise the global water quality and lead to the several issues such as the safety of aquatic products and humans contact with radioactive substance more oftenly and the pollution of crop. So the nuclear pollute the ocean water will evaporate into atmosphere and become toxic rain through the water cycle process. In this context, the radioactive pollution will spread wider from ocean onto land, and the individual will endure to the rain and will get similar symptoms such as hair loss, vomit, diarrhea, and central nervous system damage, and raise the risk of cancer or even worse will cause death. So understand this issue. The issue regarding the air qualities is the Southeast Asia has. So as a Malaysia citizen, we know that the has is have happen every single year. So what is the main factor happen make it has happen every single year? So the main reason is the Indonesian government is not taking any action on the illegal burning, and it happened continuously without getting any punishment from the local government, which is Indonesian. So why the Indonesian citizen will more oftenly causes the open burning? Because under the Indonesian law, burning by small size are fully legal and is occurs on a maximum 2 hectares. Meanwhile, the open burnings which is more than the 2 hectares are illegal. But this law is assess the farmer to rely on the burn techniques to clear their lands because the method is the cheapest and the most efficient way. With this case, the minor open burning will turn into major burning once the fire getting uncontrolled, especially during the dry season. So with this case, the Southeast Asian citizens are suffering from increasing risk of getting respiratory illness, especially the high risk group, which including children, elderly, and chronic disease patients. So the haze will mainly causes the air quality drop drastically and bring up various issues such as just now what I said is the health problem, and the others than that loss of economy. So in summary, before I end up my presentation, I hope that the global citizen must increase their awareness of the quality of water and air because it are essential to sustain our life. However, we often neglect these crucial topics as a citizen. We should protect the quality of water and air that we have to even strive to enhance it. We should be observant of the issues surrounding us that will affect the quality of water and air, whether they are minor or major problem. It's our responsibility to protect our own environment and by extension ourselves. Thank you.